Yo, what is up, YouTube? Thrift Hunter here. It's a nice little Saturday night. We're just chilling. If you don't know me, I am an e-commerce entrepreneur. I do about, I don't know, six-figure, I guess, profit, almost seven-figure revenue. I'm trying to get up to my first million in sales. I do everything from Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Facebook Marketplace, garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, you name it. I do affiliate marketing, everything e-commerce, anything you can do. I do it full time. Been doing it full time for several years now. Um, and I'm just gonna be hanging out and seeing if anyone has any questions or if anyone wants to talk about anything business related. Um, got a bunch of stuff to work on. I've got some listings I need to do. I've got some new pieces in for jewelry. So I also run a jewelry business. Um, I've got to take some pictures of that type of stuff. And we're just going to be out here chilling a little bit. Might stay on for, I don't know, we'll see an hour or two and see all what I need to do for Amazon and eBay. I'm just checking out some eBay deals. I'm also testing out some new software. The software I'm using right now is called Flip Alert. I'm trying to figure out how to use that for Amazon to Amazon flips, and so far it seems okay. I'm not sure I'm super impressed with it, but we'll see. Let's see. I'm also keeping an eye out for deal changes. I believe deal changes are going to happen tonight. So tomorrow morning, there should be new deals at all of your favorite retailers. Um, and if not tomorrow, it'll be Monday because the retailers seem to be going on to a certain kind of cycle. I don't know if anyone else notices this that's in e-commerce, but there's always like a certain kind of spike that happens um, when Monday hits or Sunday. Like there's this Sunday Monday transition for the week with e-commerce that on Monday is when all of the packages get delivered from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So like Monday is typically a big delivery day. Um, and then Sunday is usually like kind of the changeover day for stores. That's where they're like resetting their displays, they're changing their sale events and that sort of thing. So I'm just getting ready for potentially the start of the fourth quarter holiday sales, deals, shopping, stuff that's starting to come. We already know that Q4 stuff is happening now. So we are seeing already from shipping carriers delays in shipping times already. So it is now beginning of October, and I'm already seeing 10-day shipping times on FedEx and UPS, which means it's going to start creating lag in the market, like lag in the entire economy basically starts happening around this time. And uh, what that does is that creates an opportunity to make money by having faster delivery times than, say, the suppliers or just your competition. It doesn't really matter. Um, that is what we are aiming for with the fourth quarter season. So you will see a lot of next day delivery, 2 day shipping with extremely high premiums. So I'm currently already charging $50 per shipment extra for next day deliveries right now, and people are paying it. No, like if they want it, $50, no problem. You want some shampoo overnighted to you, $50, no problem. So that's kind of what we're seeing right now in the market. And on the jewelry side of things, um, it's been extremely busy as well as far as the gold and silver markets. Of course, gold today hitting all-time highs, almost 3,900 an ounce, like on our way to 4K gold, which is creating a huge amount of opportunity in the gold buying space. because all of a sudden gold bracelets and stuff are into the thousands just in scrap. We're seeing, an ounce of 14 karat going for almost $2,000 is just something I haven't seen in a long time. I haven't seen that since I first started in the jewelry business when I was like 17. Is the last time that gold was at all time highs. I think that's when it hit like 2,000 an ounce, and then silver was hitting $50 an ounce. And I just remember, um, here's an opportunity for somebody. If anybody ever watches this, which obviously not many people watch my stuff, but right now, when gold and silver is hitting all-time highs, you need to be hitting antique stores. You need to be hitting consignment shops. These are the best places to go because their prices don't change. They keep the same prices for years and years and years and years, and stuff just sits and sits and sits and sits. And I promise right now, you can go out to antique stores and you can find gold and silver that has been priced 6 months ago. And the price of gold and silver has gone up almost 30% in the last 6 months. So deals that used to not exist are now sitting around in antique shops right now. And I used to do that. I remember this whole era. Like this was, for me, almost 15 years ago when I first started doing this. But I remember what it was like hunting. I mean, we're talking about hunting like little rings, like silver rings, 10 grams, 12 grams silver rings, which you could go buy right now for $10, right? So you go, you find this nice little silver ring, it's 10, 12 grams, you're paying $10. Well, that's $15 in scrap today, $16 in scrap that you can, make a little couple extra bucks. So if you're just starting out and you need to, get some funds up quick, gosh, go hit some stores, go hit some stores. There's definitely opportunity out there right now. Um, I've been buying tons of silver at the moment. Silver at almost $50 an ounce is just a crazy market because everybody's dumping. I mean, I can see it all over on the market. Flatware sets that used to be $1,000 or $2,000 now. Things like even things like heavy Native American jewelry is we're seeing some increases in the prices of Native American jewelry because it's got so much silver weight in it, and the silver weight is going up, and so therefore the design value kind of sticks with that metals value. As other than that, still kind of same stuff in the market right now with designer goods like Tiffany and Cartier still continuing to be some of the leaders in design and in popularity and resale value. Still, just the usual with jewelry is big names are carrying the biggest premiums, and yeah, I'm just out here looking for. I'm personally, I'm pretty slammed with deals. I kind of am overloaded with deals at the moment, um, which is good for me. It means I can kind of just work at my own pace. I've got 24/7 deals as much as I want to do, and so it gives me the opportunity to jump on, do some live streams a little bit here and there, and just talk. Um, I don't have to necessarily be hunting deals or sourcing deals. I've got deals coming to me at this point since it's busy in the market right now, and everybody knows me for being able to spend big money on a dime. Like I just bought for instance, like a $4,500 diamond bracelet. It's just people know like, hey, I've got this bracelet. The price of gold is skyrocketed. It's this, whatever. That type of piece you can't just move. It's not a piece that you can just move for over the gold because the gold value is so high right now that you can take a diamond bracelet to any jeweler, all over LA, New York, wherever, and they're not paying you crap for diamonds, right? Like the gold, big 18 karat gold bracelets, $4,000 in gold. You know, nobody's looking to give you a premium on those right now. And I'm not necessarily looking to give a premium on them either. But if they're out there and I think the piece warrants it, you know, I can. take this opportunity as a dealer to park some money in some really nice high quality pieces that I can try and retail, um, and take a longer sale on, and that's what people are dumping on the market right now is stuff that's got a lot of value, but it kind of takes a long time to retail. So I'm definitely taking advantage of that. Like we're seeing, like you start seeing higher quality items getting scrapped, which is a good thing for me because I just start picking up all these high quality pieces while the scrap is high, and I just can put them up for sale in my store on typically on eBay, or I could reach out to my private clients and just see like, hey, who wants to anyone buying? Is there any buyers out there? You put it into the group chats or forums, or just people that you've dealt with over the years. You can hit them up and just be like, hey, I've got this whatever diamond bracelet, 18 karat gold, anyone paying 1,000 over or anything like that, which most people aren't. But if they have a customer for it already lined up, then it's easier to move those type of products. But I'll wait for what's good about scooping up these really high value items right now is the price of gold is continuing to rise. So I can park that stuff for sale, and not only can I, um, you know, have that bait in the water or whatever. Like I've got the item listed at a retail price. So we're talking like a $4,000, $4,500 bracelet. I would sell for $8,000, something like that. Is like my retail price on it. And hopefully someone will offer me 7,000 or 7,500 for this piece, and I can have it sit there. And the thing is I'm into it for maybe 200 over on the 200 over the gold, and I've got, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 carats of diamonds, and we're 200 over. We can just sit on it because if the price of gold continues to go up, we're just going to continue to get closer to break even. Like I know it's a little bit of a gamble, and it's hard to explain if you're not really into the jewelry market, but a piece of jewelry can take like up to a year to 5 years to sell. It could take a really long time for these high end pieces to sell, and you need a lot of margin for that. Um, but hopefully you understood what that rambling means is you can park it and still get the gold value increasing and still retail a piece. And then if gold goes down, you're just going to hold the piece for retail anyway. So um, definitely parking like larger chunks into high quality pieces at close to scrap value. That's basically what's happening right now. Is I'm trying to buy really high quality merchandise at near scrap prices to kind of park my money in, while also buying tons and tons of just flips and regular scrap and spoons and all that normal stuff. I do need to pack orders, and I do need to take pictures of some items. Here's some of the stuff like this one. I is like here's a good example of what I was just talking about. Here's a This is a 10 karat gold diamond bracelet right there. And this, hold on, spam calling. I've got this 10 karat diamond bracelet. This is 30 grams of 10 karat gold, right? And it's all flooded with diamonds. This is going to be about a 5 carat total weight diamond bracelet. 10 karat, right? So low quality stones. Immediately, if you see a diamond bracelet like this and it's made out of 10 karat, you can pretty much already assume that the diamonds in here are low quality, right? But this is a nice piece. If you saw this in somebody's showcase, right? Obviously not from me, the online reseller guy, but let's say, whatever, you go into some nice boutique with the guy with the suit and the nice lights and the gloves and the trays and the, whatever junk. This would be a very, very, very expensive piece. I mean, even if you went into whatever your favorite jewelry store is, K Jewelers or Hellsberg Diamonds or whatever, this would be really expensive. But the gold here is worth like $2,000, and nobody's really paying you a bunch of extra money for these diamonds, even though, I would consider even junk quality diamonds typically at least $1 a point, extra value that you should be able to get for these, which, in normal market conditions, you'd be able to probably get a premium for this. But when gold prices are really high, it's harder to get the premium out of the diamond pieces like this. Even though it looks really nice, it's kind of an older style, and it's just not really what people are looking for right now. Whereas, which is kind of counterintuitive, is something a little bit smaller like this, which, my little, I don't have the highest quality streaming piece, but you can see something like this, which is 14 karat gold, a little bit smaller, a little bit less diamonds, but still, the diamonds in this are a little bit higher quality. You're going to have an easier time getting a premium out of something like this than you would out of something like this, even though this has more diamonds, they're lower quality. This has less gold and less diamonds, but a little bit higher quality. It's easier to get the premium out of this piece than this piece because this piece has $2,000 worth of gold, whereas this may have, I don't know what it is in this one, but maybe $1,000 worth of gold right now. Hello. So it's easier to get like, say 1,400 or 1,500 for this piece with a little bit of premium in the diamonds and not so much in gold. Whereas this piece, trying to get $3,000 for it, which is what I have it listed for, is a little bit more difficult because people don't want to pay $3,000 for a bracelet with, lower quality diamonds, even though there's 5 carats of them. They would rather take this, the higher quality, the more yellow color, the more, appealing design than kind of the older vintage, this X's and whatever this is. So hopefully that makes sense a little bit, is that this stuff is harder to sell than this stuff, but I still try and sell them both. I try and get a premium out of both of them. Whereas we're seeing something like this. These are what I'm about to list pretty soon here, which is these opal earrings. So I don't want to drop them, but let it focus. Got to find that range. Anyway, definitely not going to do it justice on the camera, but these are little 14 karat gold opal earrings, right? Okay, there. Let's see it focused a little bit. And these will be a lot easier to sell. So I did keep these out of the scrap pile because I think the little opal earrings are going to carry more of a premium and be easier to sell. Specifically, this set of earrings too is a good quality of opal. So one of the things with these, there you go. You see how it's brown on the back side of the opal. That's what you want to see when you're looking for a natural opal versus a doublet opal. A doublet opal is going to have that black backing, which is going to make the base, the front of the opal look darker than it is. And so you want to see the brown because that indicates more of a boulder style opal. All right, I'm looking at a silver lot right now, 806 grams for $1,000. A little bit too much stones and a little too low quality for me. See, that piece is kind of nice. I know my friend would maybe buy some of this stuff. I don't even think the quality is good enough for her, but maybe. Nah, I think too much. And I got an eBay message asking me if my watch comes with. I have a watch auction ending tomorrow, Omega watch. Is it real? Does it come with box and papers? These are the type of messages I get. Yes, it's real. No, it does not come with box and papers. uh, yeah, a lot of times, honestly, I don't really respond to the messages as much as I should. And then I've got like this kind of piece, like, I don't know, this one I probably should have just scrapped, but Here's another one that I kept out of scrap for whatever reason, just for now. Gosh, will it focus? No, it's like focused on me, I guess. But anyway, it's just a little square channel set diamond ring, and it looks kind of nice. The diamonds are good quality, but getting a premium on this, like it's probably like I don't know, $250 in gold, and then if you want to try and sell this on eBay, there's a 20% fee. So you're gonna need to sell this for $350, which I just don't know if somebody's paying that kind of a premium on it. Like here's an example of this is a white opal. Again, camera doesn't do any justice to this. But this is a white opal pendant, and then you can see on the back side, it's just pure white. So that is actually a lower quality of opal, or not lower quality, but more lower price, I guess, more common, the white base opal versus the boulder base opal, which is this. And then obviously the highest quality is going to be the black base opal with the natural black on the back, or just the extremely dark stone. You can see that this has a medium tone, a medium to light tone. This is not very dark, but is, considered on the maybe the black opal side of things. And I've got this is the most tiny little heart pendant. It's just a little heart opal pendant, but this is actually by Cabana. So if you're familiar with them, they do all the whales and dolphin pendants in 14 karat and in silver. They also make like zoo animals and stuff like that. But this is a little baby opal heart pendant by Cabana that I'm gonna list because the gold on this is worth I don't know, $60, but this one I could maybe sell for 120 or 150 or something like that on eBay, giving me a little bit of a premium on top. It's got a very nice red color to it as well. And the last thing I kept out was this. I think this is one of those. It's just like, what is it? The Jane Seymour like K Journey pendants. It's just a little. I don't remember if this is 14 or 10 karat gold. I don't remember. Little white gold um, Journey pendant with the halo set diamonds. So the center diamonds are pretty small. I just kept that out because it's got a name to it. That seems to be part of the thing on eBay. Is there kind of has to be some sort of a name for people to search. Otherwise, it just doesn't sell right. Looking at 500 grams silver jewelry for $774. It's got some stones in it and nothing premium, so we'll pass on that one as well. A lot of silver being posted right now because the prices are so high. And I've bought probably, I don't even know, 7 or 8 silver listings today. And same thing with the costume jewelry lots. A couple pieces of silver in there is getting to be worth a lot more money now than it used to be. I'm just looking at a costume jewelry lot now to see it already sold. I'm just looking to see why. I don't really see anything good though. Somebody must have seen something good. All right, so one of the things I need to do is I need to sell this watch. I need to take pictures of it. I already took some pictures, but I did a little YouTube short on this watch the other day. This is a Hamilton that I just got recently. And the camera's going to bug out because of the reflection. But this is a Hamilton chronograph. So this is a Chronomatic Pan Europe 703, dual dial with the date chronograph. And it's a really nice watch. It's a very big size. It's a vintage like 70s dive watch. And I got this for an extremely good deal. This is my best deal probably of the month was buying this watch. Love buying watches because it's one of those things that the bots, like AI and bots and whatever, they just can't buy vintage watches like a person can. And so I have a little bit more advantage buying watches. But that's one I need to take pictures of, hopefully tonight. If I don't get it done tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. And see what I can get for that, because I'm hoping for, I don't know, I'm hoping I can get like $3,000 for that watch, which is crazy. But I would like to get it sold. You know, part of me would like to keep all the watches, but you can't keep it all. I have other stuff that's just been sitting around that I need to deal with. I mean, like, I've got some cameos right now, you know, that I just need to. Like, this one's really nice. This one's actually like good quality. This one's kind of like, this one's 10 karat and it's just kind of whatever quality. But both of them, you know, just because there's so much gold in these now, I really debate just breaking them open. But, you know, I'll try and sell them. We'll see if I can get any kind of a premium. It's just hard when eBay charges, you know, 20% in fees to make money on gold on eBay. I've also got this. I still have the freaking amber stuff sitting here that I need to deal with. I have some interesting other pieces. Let me see. These are little George Jensen pair of salt cellars that I need to sell. I got those in a scrap lot. Comes with the little spoon. Eat. Little George Jensen spoon. Eat, eat, eat. So cute. Got this other stuff. Like, this stuff's just been sitting on my desk for ages, and I need to get rid of it. Some of this was good. This was the piece that I liked a lot. Is this one? I think this is an old Zuni piece. This old, like, this type of stuff. This is an old one. It's got this has the spiny oyster in it. It's not even the coral, you know, like this has got the real spiny oyster in it, and turquoise and onyx. Like, it's really, really nicely done. That's why I bought this entire lot. I actually paid like $250 for this group of stuff. And half of it is not silver. It's supposed to be like 400 grams of silver, but most of it wasn't. This is a little, you know, turquoise piece with the liquid silver deal on it. Because there's a bunch of stuff in here that's not silver. Like this, I believe, is not silver. Yeah, I think this is like an alpaca piece. So you get this type of stuff in silver lots. Is like a lot of this type of stuff. It looks real. In a picture, it looks real, but this is nickel silver. This is 50 grams. You know, so sometimes I'll ask for money back. You know, like this lot, I think it was supposed to be 400 grams of silver. It turned out to be like 200 grams of silver, but there's Native American pieces in it. And so I end up just not really caring that much. It's kind of like, you know, why waste the time? Like, this was in the silver lot, right? But this is just buffalo nickels. You know, that's not silver. None of that's silver there. But then you'll get, you know, this piece in there, which is a really, really nice old high quality turquoise ring there, Native American. This one's got somebody's like name in it or something like that. I don't know. Oh, it says, what does it say? Yeah, I can't really see what it says. I think it says like "Love Your Shepherd" or something like that. I don't know. Some other stuff in here. Some silver chains that I should have scrapped when I sent in my silver. Oh yeah, and then there's one cross. I really like this cross. That's another reason why I bought it. I thought, so they didn't take a picture of this. See if I can get that out here. Look at this. Oh, there goes the silver chain. Yeah, I guess on camera it doesn't look that nice. But I saw this in the pictures and it looked really nice. I was like, ooh, if that's a designer piece like a John Hardy or something like that, it'd be worth quite a bit of money. But I'm pretty sure this is just a made in Mexico type of, vintage Mexico like biker. There you go. There's a good shot of it. Cross, solid, solid silver, big heavy cross. Probably look good cleaned up. But didn't turn out to be what I wanted it to be, but literally I paid $200 for the whole lot, and like I wouldn't be surprised if this by itself goes for 150. So there you go. Another episode of What's on My Desk. Just so much stuff. This is a piece that I really like. This is a Trifari. This is Crown Trifari Sterling piece, and it's a faux cherry amber, right? This is just plastic. It's just a plastic piece, and I paid a lot for this. I think I paid like $100 for this or something because my Trifari stuff has been going ballistic lately. I just sold my butterfly piece, which is right here. I just sold this piece of Trifari today for $450. Right, so this was a little eBay pickup. It's got damage. It's got replaced stones. Like it's not in mint condition. Otherwise, it would have brought a lot more. That one's already sold. Just sold a James Avery bracelet. I've got all kinds of fun stuff. Lots and lots and lots and lots. I've got gold, diamond, silver, vintage, watches. Whatever it is. Whatever floats your boat. I got pocket knives, really rare pocket knives. More Native American stuff in here. Like cornrow bracelet, more turquoise. I still got this sitting here too. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this yet. I get a couple of these once in a while, these little Victorian garnet pieces. Pretty cool. Need to get it all listed. Need to get it all out of here. I think I've got to do one return. I've got to return something because they just sent me a box of junk and it's just nothing. So I need to return it. Need to list the watch. Need to get the gold prepped. I need to relist this. I forgot about this, the coral piece. I listed this for auction, but I forgot to put 14 karat in the listing. So I canceled the auction and now I'm going to repost it. But it's like a coral, 14 karat coral ring, which is not that impressive. But this piece is this is a Nahoku plumeria coral bracelet, and I would say this is worth like $800, but I'm probably not going to get that much. People don't really pay it that much. Like sometimes they do and sometimes they don't, but because this piece is so dainty, and I think there's no comps for this. Like there's no other sales. No one else has really sold this one before. That it's just not going to get the attention it needs on eBay. Here's another ring that I kept out of the scrap pile that I probably should just scrap. Just a little diamond and looks like just a garnet in the center. Little ballerina style ring. You used to be able to get good money for those, like premium wise, but not so much right now since gold pieces are up, or gold prices are up. Let's see, 5-ounce silver. Grandma's jewelry box. I love these people that post, on eBay, people post grandma's jewelry box. I don't think I've ever found a single listing that listed it as grandma's jewelry box that was any good. Like they're almost always like just people scamming pretty much, which is funny. This is still I still haven't listed this piece because this is literally my favorite piece that I have right now. Like I don't even want to sell it. Like I might just hold it forever. Look at this thing. Tell me that ain't rare. Where have you seen another one of those? I don't know if you can get a good. Here you go. Molded, this is I don't even know if that's rock crystal or not. But look at that piece. It's a clip. It's got no markings. I think it's just got like a patent number on there on the back. Like an old, it's like, what does it say? Yeah, it's just a patent number. Probably just for the clip mechanism. But there's the back. Look at that. Look at that wire work, like the open back. This is costume. Like this is, this has got to be early 1900s French or Czech piece. I mean, I don't want to put this on eBay because there's no name to it. So this is part of the problem with something like this is there's no name to this. There's no name on the piece. Maybe there is a designer for this and I just don't know what it is. Maybe I need to do some like the AI image search for this to see if I can find anything like it. But man, I don't know. I haven't listed that piece yet because I just to me, I think that piece is I think it's worth like $1,000 or something like that. And I don't want to put it on eBay and have it sell for $200. So I just haven't listed it yet. But someday, just like my gold Longines that I have right now. A beautiful piece, really one of the best designed 14 karat Longines that you can get. But it's a 30 mil. It's a 30 millimeter, so it's really small. It's more of a lady size. Ladies don't really wear these type of watches. It's 14 karat gold. There's worth like, $700 worth of gold in this thing. And so it's hard to get a premium. It's hard to get someone to pay you 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 bucks for something like this, even though I promise if you go look at any store like the Real or whatever those BS places are, that they are not going to price this cheap. It's going to be a couple $1,000 and they're going to create a whole story around it, a whole page article about how beautiful it is. But I put it on eBay and nobody wants it, so I usually end up scrapping that type of thing. And I do need to take care of some scrap gold. I've got all kinds of weird stuff on my desk. I used to have some lobster earrings. I don't know where they went. They were on my desk. Bunch of random little silver stuff. I've got this too. Let's see, this one. This is more stuff I need to list. All the stuff I need to list that I never get around to. If you like the Victorian stuff, there you go. I don't know which. I guess it goes this way for this one. Those little bypass pieces and the whatever. Some of this stuff does really well. Sometimes you can get $100 a bracelet for those. Sometimes more, sometimes less. For me, it just sits my desk and I kind of forget about it until I get usually until I get 3 or 4 or 5 of those. Then I'll post them and get like $250. All right, 280 grams of scrap sterling silver for $338. Seems a little high for me, but silver prices are really high right now. So let's take a look at what that is. 280 grams. It's currently scrapping at $399. So this is 338 out of 399. It is an 84.7% price. Yeah, so we will take that then. Look at this. This is like a minute, 2 minutes after this listing's been posted. No one's buying it. Right? Easy. Bang. Took that one. So I just bought a scrap silver, clean 280 grams scrap silver, $338. Current silver value on the price calculator, which silver prices are crazy high right now, but I don't play the game of being a gambler or a market predictor or anything like that. We just know that market price is 399. We are getting this at a 84%, 84.7% rate. I sell at a higher rate, not much higher, but a couple percent, and it doesn't matter because you are basically getting a discount on the current value. And if the market does come down 2 or 3% or 4% or 5%, I'm not really losing a lot of money. And that's the point. And then if it goes up, I am going to make money. So you always want to buy pretty much. I mean, I buy almost down to 1%, just a little bit over. I usually want at least 2%, which for those of you who run uh, regular businesses that run regular eBay businesses, you guys are never running 2%, and I don't recommend it. Like, don't do this unless you're buying huge volume. But if you're buying big volume, you can take like 2% or better, right? So on average, I'm way higher than 2%. But if it's like a really expensive deal, like 1,000, 2,000, $3,000, I'll do it at 2% because that's still 60, $70 that of value that I'm being that's just being laid out for you with just for free, like um so yeah, don't really recommend that. I would shoot for at least 5%, probably 10. 10 you're really going to be really safe. But if you're a big volume, like you're moving significant scrap jewelry, 2 or 3% is enough because the the you can't predict the market. And all we have to worry about really realistically is the time risk, which is, in stock market terms, this is going to be a little bit of a rant, but in stock market terms, this is called theta. Theta decay. Theta is like baked into stock options. And I deal with the same thing with gold and silver. Is the only risk that I'm really taking is theta risk, which means the time it takes from the item, if I buy it on eBay, to get shipped to me, and then for me to my uh, gold and silver buyer, right? So if I'm looking at 6 or 7 days of time between when the eBay person ships it, I receive it, and I get it shipped off to my gold and silver buyer, that's the main risk that we're taking, and that's all we have to really consider as far as like how we make decisions on buying scrap is that risk. And so I've done my calculations on what I believe the risk to be, and I find the theta risk of holding the gold, so how much the gold market typically moves up and down in a day, and how much is going to move up and down during a market week, is around 0.1% per day, is how I look at it. So it's around 0.7 to 1% of theta risk of decay that I'm going to take when I'm buying scrap. That's just kind of what I bake in to make sure that, you know, um, given a perfect mathematical model of buying scrap gold and silver, you want at least 1% to account for that risk. And then anything above that is going to be what they would call a higher net present value, right? You would call this like NPV, or in poker, they call it EV, right? Expected value of what, of all things being equal, right? We have market risk, markets go up and down, we can't predict it, so we're dead center. Market has determined that, silver price today is at on this, there's a bid ask spread on silver, right? But like, so my calculator is giving me a price of 47.92. Let me see what the Kitco silver price is at right now. If we look at, okay, so Kitco's silver price on the bid, not on the ask, on the bid, is 47.92 per ounce. And so we can take that as our center line, on what the market has deemed the value of silver at today at Friday's close, right? When the market closed. And so we just need to basically do what I said. Make sure you're at least making 2%, 3%. And on the law of large numbers, over time, you will always be profitable by taking those risks. And that's just a mathematical decision of buying, making investment decisions or whatever it is you want to call it. Sorry if that's like a little bit lectury, but I'm sure some people in the future, whoever watches this later, will understand what I'm talking about and know that we're playing this. You play this gold and silver game much like you would a poker hand or something like that. It's like, there's so much money in the pot. There's so much, money that you have back, like how much money I have to spend. And then there's whatever your cards are, and then whatever cards are on the table, which ones are removed, right? Like we're looking at the whole expected value of the deal when we're buying gold and silver, um, specifically large volumes of scrap. I typically operate on 5%. I'm not normally buying less than that, but um, in this case, it was a 5% deal that I did buy, and I'll buy it at 5% all day long as I have enough capital, and I've been getting good prices on my cash outs. Then we're good. 5% is good. 5% on $1 million. 50 G's. It's not a bad living. I have 36 orders to ship. Yeah. I guess 38. So I should probably start working on that. What time is it? It's about 9 p.m. where I'm at. I have to pack that return. I have to file that return. That seller is not going to be happy about my return, but whatever. I have a jade piece I should probably sell. Why don't I show the jade piece just so you guys can kind of get an idea of a jade item. Just so I have this on video, more for myself, I guess. Like, nobody really watches my shit, so it doesn't matter. Here's here's a little jade piece. Another one that's been sitting on my desk for a while. Well, I kind of have this one put away, but is it gonna focus at all? To like block my face and back up. There we go. This is a little jade piece that I bought a while ago. I'm not a jade expert. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not, not the man when it comes to this stuff, but see the color? It's like, a little bit, it's very light in color. It's only got a little bit of green, but that transparency is super nice. And it's got an 18 karat bail. It's a nice little piece. Interesting piece. I think I paid 150 or $200 for this, maybe 200, which is a lot for a piece of this size. I've personally never seen a piece with that much transparency in it. The how much you can see through it. I know, like, if this was green and this transparent, it'd be worth a lot of money. I don't know how much this one's going to be worth. Again, another piece that just kind of been sitting around, kicking around here for a little bit until I eventually, find the right customer or do enough research on it, or just, one of these days I'll just auction it off or whatever, see what happens. But yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow should be a really, really busy day for buying and selling. If you guys aren't already familiar, Sundays are a busy, busy day for e-commerce people. And what I need to do is I need to hop on the bike too and do some cycling. I should be doing it while I'm well, not while I'm streaming, but while I'm working. I'm trying to sit on the bike instead of the computer chair more often. This person, Hobe, piece, $750. Oh yeah, it's really nice, but nice stained glass piece. They don't show a picture of the signature. It's not good. Longines, ladies watch. Yeah, we'll see if any late night deals come in. It's getting fairly late to where I think the deals are going to die off pretty soon, but you never know. You guys have no idea how many times I've been up 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m., and then someone just drops like a $5,000 gold bracelet on eBay, and there's probably not another buyer on the planet that's willing to make an offer on that listing. So I'll just go on, make them offer like, hey, you want to take $4,000 or something, and sometimes they take it right away, like midnight, $4,000 deal, just like that, because there's nobody. I'm the only one crazy enough to be looking at eBay listings at midnight. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not really a thing that most people are doing. Even though the buying bots are really kind of taking over eBay right now. I don't know if there's that many people out there that really understand what's going on with eBay right now. But there are a few people that I'm sort of familiar with that have created some bots that will automatically buy listings, and so it's been pretty hard to buy a lot of scrap gold listings lately because the bots are specifically targeting those pretty heavily. There's also a couple of other categories like Pokemon cards and such that are getting um, severely targeted by software-based buying, um, which is not publicly available type of software. This isn't like, oh, I could just go download the software and compete with them. Is there are some also probably some foreign entities that are, you know, using sophisticated checkout means that are not exactly of the legal variety in the US. And so it's an interesting thing going on with eBay. It's also against eBay's terms of service to do automated buying, which I'm surprised that eBay has done literally nothing to combat any kind of um, sophisticated buying methods that are going on the website right now, scraping API data usage, multiple accounts, multiple addresses, freight forwarders, you name it. They're doing all kinds of fun stuff on eBay right now. And it'll be interesting to see if in the future, if eBay ever starts combating some of those issues. If they did, it would it would make me a lot of money overnight if eBay were to start banning some of these um, automated, uh, buying bots that are checkout bots and buying bots that are going through their website right now. If they canned a lot of those, I would be like in some serious business. But, we just have to continue to adapt. That's why what I'm working on currently, I just did in my last live stream, some private label work. So I'm actually starting to build my own branded products, and I'm going to be putting those on Amazon. I'm currently just waiting on a shipment from Alibaba from China of product that I bought with my new brand name on it. It should be arriving here probably in the next week or two. I did pay for air transit, so I hope it will be here pretty soon. It says they dispatched it like 3 or 4 days ago, so maybe in another week or so, I should have some of my own first ever private labeled branded products. And I'm gonna try and go the route of building more and more and more private label brands and products versus just trying to deal with retailers and wholesalers and doing eBay and flips and this and that. I'm gonna really try and just start building out some of my own um, products and start marketing them and all that type of thing. Got this little thing I'm fidgeting like. I just have this on my desk to like fidget with. Just a low quality piece of. I don't even know if it's jade. It looks dyed and whatever. It's just came out of some jewelry lot that I've just been fiddling with. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me on the stream. I just wanted to get on and talk to you guys about what's going on in the market, what I'm up to, show off a couple jewelry pieces that I picked up recently, And yeah, it feels good. Feels good to get onto the stream once in a while and just kind of have a chat. So yeah, well, that'll be it for tonight. You guys have a good rest of your weekend. Good luck buying tomorrow. Peace.